మార్నింగ్ అమ్మా. Okay, good morning to everybody, good afternoon to everybody. So the fourth tissue, neural tissue.
Excuse me, sir.
Tell me amma.
So, yesterday's exam, I have two doubts.
Yesterday's exam, ask me.
Yes, sir.
చెప్పమ్మా.
Sir, question, which of the following is a main characteristic feature of fishes?
Hmm,
Birds.
hmm.
Oh, sorry, sir. Sir, आपको निमिषम. I'll try. Which of the following is the exclusive feature of birds, sir?
Hmm.
Four-chambered heart, homeothermic, presence of feathers, four limbs modified into wings.
Hmm.
Sir, answer four limbs modified into wings, kada?
ముందు ఫెదర్స్ చెప్పాలి, తర్వాత హోమియోథెర్మిక్ మ్యామల్స్కి కూడా ఉంది కదా, అందుకని చెప్పకూడదు.
No, sir.
ఫస్ట్ ప్రయారిటీ యూనిక్ ఫీచర్ ఆఫ్ బర్డ్స్ ఫెదర్స్ అని అంటాడు చూడు, ఫస్ట్ లైన్ ఎన్సీఆర్టీలో.
So, modified into wings, రాదా, sir?
మాడిఫైడ్ ఇంటూ వింగ్స్ నెక్స్ట్ పాయింట్ వస్తుంది. నెక్స్ట్ అది అడాప్టేషనే కానీ యూనిక్ ఫీచర్ ఫెదర్స్ ఇంకెక్కడ ఉండవు కదా. వింగ్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా, బ్యాట్స్లో ఉన్నాయి వింగ్స్, బటర్ఫ్లైస్లో ఉన్నాయి, ఇన్సెక్ట్స్లో ఉన్నాయి, అన్నిటికీ వింగ్స్ చాలా మట్టుకు ఉంటాయి. ఫెదర్స్ ఎక్కడే ఉండవు ఒక బర్డ్స్ తప్ప, అది యూనిక్ ఫీచర్ అవుతుంది.
Okay, sir.
అది ఎక్కడ షుడ్ నాట్ బి దేర్ ఎనీవేర్ అనమాట, ఎక్సెప్ట్ బర్డ్స్. దట్ షుడ్ బి ద యూనిక్ ఫీచర్ అవుతుంది.
Sir, inko question. Which one of them is not a silent trait?
విచ్ వన్ ఆఫ్ ది ఫాలోయింగ్ డస్ నాట్ silent trait?
Sir, which does not belong to silent trait?
టెల్ మీ.
Is sea fan, jellyfish, sea cucumber, inka sea pen.
సీ పెన్ సీలెంట్ ట్రేట్, సీ కుకుంబర్,
Sea fan,
సీ
sea fan
సీ
inka
ఫ్యాను,
sea.
సీ కుకుంబర్ కాదు కదా, కెనోడర్ మాది.
Sir, sea fan.
సీ ఫ్యాన్ గార్గోనియా ఉందిగా మనకి, సీలెంట్ ట్రేటే కదా.
Sir, so sea jellyfish kuda.
జెల్లీ ఫిష్ సీలెంట్ ట్రేటే కదా, ఆరేలియా.
Yes, sir.
సీ కుకుంబర్ కాదు, హోలోతురు ఐడియా, ఎకానోడర్ మాది.
Sorry, sir. I have confused. Ante, sir.
ఓకే అమ్మా. సో ద లాస్ట్ అండ్ ఫైనల్ టిష్యూ ఈస్ న్యూరల్ టిష్యూ, ద ఫోర్త్ వన్. స్టడీ ఆఫ్ న్యూరల్ టిష్యూ. ఆస్క్ మీ అమ్మా. హలో, యువర్ వాయిస్ ఈజ్ బ్రేకింగ్ అమ్మా.
Okay, sir.
ఆస్క్ మీ. హలో, హలో, హలో. ఈజ్ ఇట్ క్లియర్? హలో.
Sir, she is asking what question number.
ఆల్ యువర్ వాయిసెస్ ఆర్ బ్రోకెన్.
Sir, am I clear now? Am I?
నౌ ఇట్ ఈస్ క్లియర్. యశస్వి.
Sir, she is asking question number 17, sir. In chordates, the notochord is.
Mesodermal, ventral to nerve cord, where it is?
Option C, sir.
That is correct.
Option C, sir. Yes.
Okay, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sir, next one. Any more?
So that's it from my side, sir.
Okay. So, study of neural tissue, neurology, you know. And these are electrically excitable tissues. Both muscular tissue and neural tissue, electrically excitable tissues. So, excitability is the common feature between muscular tissue and neural tissue. Until and unless they are excited, they will not give any response. So that's why they are giving response due to this electrical disturbance. That's why both are electrically excitable tissues. Excitability is a common feature of both muscular tissues and neural. But muscular tissues, separate unique feature of muscular tissue is contractility. Here the conduction of nerve impulse. These are exclusive features of both muscular and nervous tissues. That is different. So contraction of muscle is a contractility, and conduction of impulse, formation of impulse and conduction of impulse is a property of nerve. That is the difference only. But common feature is excitable tissues. So excitability is the common feature. In the neural tissue, the excitable cells are neurons. Excitable and conducting cells are neurons. Neurons are excitable and conducting cells. So these two terms combinedly used when the question on neurons come, it is like this: excitable and conducting cells. Suppose opposite words you can use here: non-excitable, non-conducting and supporting cells of neural tissue. Non-conducting and supporting cells of neural tissue. Then your answer must be neuroglial cells. So distinguish between neurons and neuroglia. Neuroglial cells. And one more difference is there between these two. These are undividing cells, non-dividing cells. They won't go for cell division, but these are always dividing. So now compare these two types of cells present in the neural tissue. Excitable opposite non-excitable, non-conducting opposite, conducting opposite non-conducting, non-dividing opposite dividing cells, and also support the neural tissue. So more than half of the neural tissue, belong to, this is NCERT dialogue. You see last line of this paragraph. More than half of the neural tissue constitute neuroglial cells. Neuroglial cells. This should be underlined. More than half of the neural tissue belong to neuroglial cells, means more than 50% of the neural tissue is neuroglia. So these neuroglial cells help in insulation of the neurons. They act as insulators of neurons because neurons are like wires. Neuroglial cells are like rubber sheath of a wire. So neurons are like copper wires. That's why they are insulators. Neuroglial cells act as so insulators of neural tissue. If the question comes, your answer must be neuroglia. Okay, so that is. They generate the action potentials and conduct the impulse. That is the function of electrical disturbance occurs when they receive stimuli. electrical disturbance occurs. This electrical disturbance is nothing but action potential occurs. This is also called action potential, or also known as nerve impulse, which is conducted throughout the plasma membrane. This action potential conducting from one neuron to another neuron through plasma membrane, through synaptic transmission of nerve impulse. So this is, and other organ systems coming to this, all the tissues, which organ with all the kinds of basic tissues, with all basic tissues. Basic tissues means all the 4 types of tissues: epithelial, connective, muscular and neural tissues. All these 4 tissues are present in already previously in previous papers. This is also question, and we have also asked and we have noted down. The after neural tissue, one large paragraph is there. In that paragraph, the middle lines are there. That is about this organ with all basic 4 basic tissues is heart. Cardiac muscles in the myocardium is a muscular tissue. And autonomous nervous system, nerves are innervating, SNS and PSNS, sympathetic nerves and parasympathetic nerve endings also there. So nervous tissue, neural tissue. And pericardium is made up of dense irregular connective tissue. And endothelium, valves are made up of endothelium, is nothing but epithelial tissue. So all the 4 types of tissues are found in this organ, heart. Okay, this is most important bit, last one, most important. Now, basing on the development of these organ systems, we are discussing about the morphology of 3 organisms. Morphology of earthworm, cockroach and frog. So these are also there in the exam. So that's the next exam date given, Amma. Next exam date.
Yes, sir, 31st Jan.
Okay. So there is a time you can do that. Anyhow, morphology of earthworm, cockroach and frog we have to discuss in a brief account. Let us complete it. Okay. Now we take today earthworm. Simple points I will give. Is just recollect them, that's all. Its scientific name is Pheretima postuma. Simply Pheretima. Pheretima is a North Indian earthworm, but spread all over the world, all over India especially, but specifically originated from North India, but distributed all over the India. Pheretima, reddish brown color. Color is reddish brown. Lives in moist burrows. Location, habitat, lives in moist burrows. And they can be identified in the parks and gardens by worm castings. Worm castings are the fecal deposits of earthworm, round ball-like structures. When you sit in the garden or a park, nearby you, these deposits you can see, by which we can say that earthworms are there in that locality. So earthworms can be identified by their worm castings in parks and gardens, etc. So this is another important. This is mini paragraph is given, earthworm beginning paragraph. In that paragraph, these are all there, and the number of segments minimum 100, maximum 120 segments. Segment number varies from 100 to 120. Basing on that, the location of organs may not be changed, but segments number may be changed. So 100 to 120 segments are there. These segments are scientifically named as metameres. Scientific name of the segments are called metameres, ring-like parts of the body, metameres. So here the dorsal view of earthworm can be represented by ventral view, also same. Dorsal view represented by what? Mid-dorsal dark line. When there is a dark line on mid-dorsal side, mid-dorsal dark line is the most important identification feature of the dorsal view of earthworm. This dark line is a representative of, do you remember any one of you? Mid-dorsal dark line is represented is a representative of any one of you? Dark line is a identification of dorsal view. That dark line is represented as which organ? Dorsal blood vessel is a representative of dorsal blood vessel. So by which you can say that is dorsal view, the dark line. When you take the earthworm into hand, if you just turn like this upside down, upside you can see this dark line. That is nothing but dorsal blood vessel, which is looking like a dark line in the mid-dorsal area. Hence that is identified as dorsal view. And ventral view can be identified as, these are all given. How can? Very good. Ventral view can be represented by genital apertures or genital openings. Male and female reproductive openings are also called genital openings. So these two are, don't underestimate and don't ignore and neglect these 2 points. Ventral view can be identified by genital apertures, and dorsal view can be identified by the mid-dorsal dark line. And then there is a covering of mouth. Covering of mouth is called prostomium, a lobe-like structure, a lip-like structure. It resembles our upper lip. In earthworm, no lower lip, upper lip is there. That upper lip-like structure is called prostomium. Prostomium, it opens the cracks of the soil. Prostomium helps in to open cracks of the soil while burrowing. Cracks are opened. So generally in the earth land surface there are some cracks are there. They can be easily opened by this prostomium. So prostomium open the cracks of the soil. Reason is, this is assertion. Reason is, it is wedge shaped. Hence it can open. Otherwise it cannot open the cracks. Prostomium is a wedge shaped. That separate diagram is also given for the prostomium. You see that diagram in the external characters morphology. Wedge shaped structure is prostomium. And then the first segment is peristomium. Prostomium never should not count it as a segment. First segment peristomium, because the segment lies around the mouth. Stoma means mouth, peri means around. Segment around the mouth is present, hence it is called peristomium. First segment is peristomium. And in the middle part there is a 14th to 16th segments. The glandular clitellum is present. Middle region. Basing on the clitellum, the body of earthworm is divided into 3 regions. Preclitellar segments, 1 to 13, and clitellar region segments are 14 to 16, and postclitellar region, this is almost corresponding to almost abdomen like. Postclitellar region 17th to last segments. Of course the regions are given, but segments is not given. I have noted down previously also. I told you about this. Preclitellar 1 to 13, clitellar 14 to 16, postclitellar 17th to last. So this is about the regions of the body of the earthworm. Now let us take the external apertures of the earthworm. There are 6 types of external apertures are present. The first external aperture is mouth. Mouth lies in the first segment. And then anus. Anus lies in the last segment. For example, if there are 100 segments, 100 segment is last segment. If there are 120 segments in the earthworm, then 120th is the last segment. Whichever is the last where the anus is present. So simply you can write down last segment. And numerous nephridiopores are present. Excretory apertures or excretory pores, numerous. All over the segment, they are present on the surface from third to last segment. Third to last. And male genital opening, male reproductive opening. This is present on ventrolateral sides of 18th segment. Ventrolateral sides, in the bracket you can write down ventrolateral sides of 18th segment, one pair. But female reproductive opening is only one. Female reproductive opening is one that lies in the mid-ventral region of the 14th segment. Ventrolateral regions of the 18th segment, two male reproductive openings. But mid-ventral region of the 14th segment, only unpaired female reproductive opening is present, only one, single. And last and final openings are spermathecal apertures. Spermathecal apertures are spermathecal openings. They are present in the segments 5 to 9. This 5 to 9 can be written as like this: 5 by 6, 6 by 7, 7 by 8 and 8 by 9. Like this also you can write down. These are the segments where the spermathecal apertures are located. So 6 types of external openings are present. 18th point to 20th. It's always important for matching. And all around the segment, every segment, in the middle of every segment, there are S-shaped structures. S-shaped structures are present, made up of chitinello structures. These S-shaped structures are called setae. Setae are located in, are embedded in epidermal pits. Epidermal pits should be underlined. In the epidermal pits, they are originated from the epidermal pits. They are originated, so that's why their location is epidermal pits. Generally, this epidermal pits located, the term not used in the NCERT. Embedded. Setae are embedded in epidermal pits. Like that, it is given. And the setae help in locomotion. So that's why locomotor organs of earthworm are the setae. They help in locomotion, movement from one place to another place. So the setae absent in mature earthworm, setae absent in first, last and clitellum. In these segments, the setae are absent. So segments without setae, first segment, last segment in clitellum, 27th point is very, very important point. This is very important. Okay. Absent in first, last and clitellum. So this one. Now, these are the external characters. Then anatomy of earthworm. Anatomy of earthworm is nothing but body wall. Body wall of earthworm consists of non-cellular cuticle, outer layer, and cellular single-layered epidermis, and circular muscles, followed by, this order you should not miss, circular muscles and longitudinal muscles. In the gut of humans, this musculature arrangement is different. First longitudinal muscles, then circular muscles. Here first circular muscles, then longitudinal muscles. Remember that point. So epidermis, circular muscles, longitudinal muscles, and next the coelomic epithelium, inner coelomic, outer coelomic epithelium, or parietal layer. So this order you must remember. And epidermis is made up of columnar epithelial cells. Simple columnar epithelium is generally we give that body wall of invertebrates also, especially earthworm. Columnar epithelial cells are, epidermis is made up of columnar epithelial cells. And last and final one is the body cavity. Body cavity coelom filled with coelomic fluid. Of course, hydraulic skeleton not given in the NCERT book. So with this the body wall is completed. Cuticle, epidermis, circular muscles, longitudinal muscles, coelomic epithelium, and the epidermis is made up of single layered columnar epithelial cells, simple columnar epithelial cells. So this is about the morphology and anatomy of earthworm. Now digestive system. First system. Any digestive system can be divided into two regions you all know pretty well, alimentary canal and digestive glands. First let us take the alimentary canal. Earthworm is tubular, alimentary canal is also tubular, so tube in tube, body plane is applicable. Alimentary canal starts with mouth and ends with anus. Mouth and anus are in the extremities of this tube. They are present. Mouth leads into buccal cavity. Buccal cavity segments are 1 to 3. And muscular pharynx. Buccal cavity leads into muscular pharynx. This is 4th segment. And esophagus, tubular esophagus. Tubular esophagus are located in the segments 5 to 7. And ball-like gizzard, a grinding apparatus, a gizzard, chitinous gizzard. Only chitinous structure of the alimentary canal of earthworm is gizzard. It is very hard to touch. And this gizzard is present in the 8th and 9th segments. Followed by gizzard stomach. Stomach is located in 9 to 14 segments. And the intestine is located from 15th to last. So this is the location of these different parts of the alimentary canal. First 3 segments buccal cavity, 4th segment muscular pharynx, 5th to 7 esophagus, 8th 9 half of the gizzard in the 8th, half of the gizzard in the 9th segment, hence 8 9, and 9 to 14 stomach, 15th to last intestine. And in the stomach region there are calciferous glands are present, unique feature of the pheretima. Calciferous glands. Calciferous glands function is neutralization of humic acid. Neutralization of humic acid, because earthworm feeds on decaying organic matter. Decaying organic matter always contains humus. Humus always contains humic acid. That acidic effect is reduced by secretions of calciferous glands, that is neutralization. So neutralization of humic acid in the humus of decaying organic matter. The humus of decaying organic matter. Decaying organic matter is the chief food of earthworm. Hence earthworm is a detritivore. In the bracket you write down detritivore. Means those who feed on decaying organic matter are all described as detritivores. Detritus, they feed on detritus. Calciferous glands, noteworthy point, lies in the stomach. Where they occur in the stomach region, the calciferous glands are located. And from the 26th segment of earthworm, 26th segment, from the intestine arises a conical projection. 26th segment from intestine you should say, because 15th to last is intestine, arises a conical projection, very important, intestinal ceca. A pair of intestinal ceca arises. Also important bit, 36th point and 35th point, please put star marks. Intestinal ceca located in the, originated from the intestine from 26th segment and ascending up to 24th segment. So This is about the intestinal ceca. And digestion, intestinal glands digest the food, and they are absorbed by a most important region, a dorsal median fold of intestine. Dorsal median internal fold of intestine. Internal fold of intestine from intestine between, better you say like that, between 26th and segment and last 23 or 25 segments. This is very important, noteworthy point. Somewhat you will get confusion. Dorsal median internal fold of intestine between 26th and last 23-25 segments of athwam located, called typhlosole. Typhlosole absorbs the digested food. So that's why it is a corresponding structure of villi in the intestine of humans. Almost typhlosole is a corresponding structure of villi in the intestine of human beings. So typhlosole increases the area of absorption of digested food located between between means 26th it is not there, and last 23 segments it is not there. Between 26th and last 23 and 25 segments. You can calculate. Already I have given one problem also. Again now I will give that problem. Suppose if there are 100 segments in athwam, 100 segments, not maximum number of segments I have given, 100 segments, and find out the typhlosolar segments basing on the above statement. Find out the typhlosolar segments in that athwam. Typhlosolar segments of athwam. This is the question. You can do that. It is a homework. You do that. Leave the 26th and last 23 and 25 segments you should leave. Then you count the number of segments. Automatically you will get that. First of all, you take 100 segments into consideration. In the 100 you minus some segments. After minus you will get the figure, that is the typhlosolar segments. You do like that. Have you got an idea about this?
Sir, one doubt.
Hmm.
Sir, actually, villi is the finger-like projections in the human intestine muscle.
Hmm.
The same way in earthworm,
Ah.
typhlosoal is the
Ah.
projection.
Yes.
It is similar to villi.
So I will show that typhlosoal. Here this is endoderm of intestine. Gut wall is made up of endoderm. All these are endodermal cells. So here, which is the mid dorsal side? This one. In this mid dorsal side there is an internal fold like this. This internal fold is called typhlosoal. Now see the diagram. That internal fold of mid dorsal internal fold. That's why I have given here. Dorsal median internal fold of intestine. You don't forget about this line. This is dorsal. Median means middle. Internal fold like this. Inward folding is there. That is called typhlosoal. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So now this is about the alimentary canal. Then undigested food is sent out in the form of fecal deposits called worm castings. They enrich the fertility of soil. Worm castings are added to the soil. Then it will become vermicomposting. It will become a vermicomposting. Very good fertilizer for the growing plants. This is about the alimentary canal. And then circulatory system of athwam. Circulatory system is first closed type of circulatory system. You all know about this. In athwam, first closed type of circulatory system is present. In athwam circulatory system, the blood circulation is under the control of contraction of blood vessels. Contraction brings the circulation of blood, and the blood vessels, hearts, lateral hearts, blood are the components of circulatory system in the earthworm. Blood and blood glands also. Blood and blood glands. These are the components of the circulatory system of the earthworm. And small blood vessels or capillaries supply blood to what you know, gut, cord, body wall. This should be underlined carefully. Gut, nerve cord and body wall should be supplied by small blood capillaries with blood. So very important point. Underline that sentence. And blood glands are located in, you all know pretty well, there are two structures located in the same segments, 4, 5, 6. Blood glands, another important point, very, very important, always important. Blood glands are located in 4th segment, 5th segment and 6th segments. They produce blood and blood cells. So here in the earthworm, the blood cells are phagocytes. They engulf the harmful bacteria. Disease causing pathogens are engulfed by those blood cells because no RBC. And blood glands produce hemoglobin and blood cells. Hemoglobin dissolved in plasma in earthworm. This is a unique feature of earthworm. Hemoglobin dissolved in plasma. You remember this point. So lateral heart segments also you can mention. In the diagram it is given, the matter not given, 7, 9, 12, 13. Diagram already I asked you previously to see, go through the diagram, labeling. So lateral hearts are located in the 7, 9, 12, 13 segments. Today maximum we have completed earthworm. More than remaining half will be completed tomorrow, and cockroach also we can start. Okay, right. Thank you.
Sir,
Ah.
sir, one more question.
Mm.
Sir, this one, lamprey is not a fish since it does not have is the question.
Mm.
Options are closed blood vascular system,
Mm.
fins, body scales, cranium, and vertebral column.
Body scales, huh? Hello? Hello, what are the options again?
Yes, sir. Closed blood vascular system,
That is not answer.
fins,
Fins answer. Fins
uh,
fins absent. Paired appendages are absent. That's why that is answer.
sir, body scales,
Body
cranium.
body scales also absent, but most important character is fins. The absence of body scales is there in so many. Even frogs also they have no body scales. Salamanders also they have no body scales. Cyclostomes also have no body scales, and some fishes also have no body scales. Like that, you cannot assert. Only fins is the correct basis.
Yes,
Ainata,
sir. But the answer is given as body scales.
no. Fins are absent. Body scales should not be given because fins are not there.
Yes, sir. So it will be taken as key change.
Mm. Paired appendages are absent. That is why.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
So,
ma.
sir, on account it's a key change.
Huh?
Sir, I will tell it as it is a key change.
Okay. Okay.
Answer is given as body scales.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Change it. I can stop, huh? Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Mm.